Okay, I'm here to talk about Jeff Hardy, TNA, and their world title picture, kind of like I just did with WWE in my previous video. I'm going to start one on TNA every week too. So now I'm going to talk about Final Resolution. Final Resolution has a pretty good looking card to it so far. It goes Hardy Morgan for the world title. It goes AJ Doug Williams for the television title. It goes Generation Me challenging the Motor City Machine Guns and Full Metal Mayhem for the tag titles. Jay Lethal gets his rematch against Robbie for the X Division titles. Mojo, Jeff Jarrett, the Pope, and Abyss, and a casket match. Beer Money versus Inc. #1 contenders match. And you have Tara versus Mickie James, Victoria, in the knockouts match. The only problem I have with this card so far is that they're going to have a knockout match, but not a knockout title match, and don't have Madison Rayne booked to be in it, which means that if she's involved anyway at all, she'll interfere. I think that's a big problem. Okay, if you're going to make Madison champion, and I have no problem with that, but I'm just saying, if you're going to make someone champion and then have, like, their division match, which is obviously going to be a #1 contenders match, and you need to have the champion involved somehow or have her defend or something like that. It's stupid to have a knockout match, which like Madison Rayne is your knockout champion, so that means right now to you, she's your company's top performer at that, or in that division. It's dumb to have a match on a pay-per-view with two contenders and not have her to defend her title or wrestle a non-title match, something like that, be a referee or something. It makes no sense. It has no storyline to it. So you almost know that Mickey's going to get the Knockouts title sooner or later. You know it's going to happen. Alright. Now moving on to the Pope and Abyss. This has potential to be a good match. I think they should probably run a different route than a casket match. It really don't make a whole lot of sense between Pope and Abyss to have a casket match, other than that they're trying to have Abyss to rip off Undertaker. Kane, a lot of people saying that Abyss is TNA's or Undertaker. I think he's more like Kane. He's been more Hill. He does more evil stuff. He fits the Kane memo pretty good, and Kane never really had any casket matches or anything like that other against Undertaker, so I don't know why they did that. Next, Samoa Joe and Jeff Jarrett in a submission match. Everybody in the free world knows that Samoa Joe could take Jeff Jarrett any day when it comes to submission. As far as skills go, with Kurt Angle getting older and stuff, Joe's probably the best in TNA. Just being real. Anyway, if they do it right, and there's no interference and stuff, and it goes on just pure skills, I'd like to go with Samoa Joe on this one. Moving on, next match is, we're going to go Beer Money versus Inc. #1 tag contenders match. Everybody knows that Beer Money is the best tag team in pro wrestling today, in WWE or TNA. I don't really watch Ring of Honor, so I don't know what they got, but as far as WWE and TNA, Beer Money, probably the best tag team in the world, so they should be Inc. Just my opinion, just my thoughts. But Rock Dome, I don't really saw Inc. that much in action, so I don't know what they got. Moving on, we're gonna go the tag title match. Motor City Machine Guns against Generation. I mean, you know, the first match they had wasn't that bad of a match. If you like high-flyer tag teams that like this, I think Full Metal Mayhem was pretty much a rip-off of a TLC match anyway. So, this should be a good one. I don't know, I really don't get into the Motor City Machine Guns, so, I mean, that's just one thing. But either way, it took them 3 or 4 years to win their first tag titles. I don't see I don't see Generation Me in it. AJ and Douglas Williams for the TV title. This should be a good one. This is probably TNA's probably best title match of the night. In all reality, I like AJ. I think that he's definitely a great wrestler, probably the best in TNA as far as overall. In-ring talent is Joe, but as far as overall talent is probably AJ. Doug, he's great in-ring. And it has a little storyline to it with Doug being the outspoken fortune since Morgan's been gone and or left, got kicked out, whatever. And AJ obviously being the leader and obviously the company that is TNA. I mean, you can say what you want to. They had Kurt Angle there, they got Christian there, they got Anderson, they got Hardy, but before any of them came in, that company was built and still revolves around AJ Styles. He's just Mr. TNA, he's just company, and he usually always puts on good matches. I'm looking for AJ to keep the TV title here just because I just don't see them taking that title off of him until Flair and them's gone and Fortune's broke up and everything else. Well, finally the big one. Jeff Hardy defends his world championship against Emmett Moore. The funny thing is here is that Jeff Hardy probably already has overran all 3 of his WWE World Championship reigns in his first monthly-wise, day-wise, here at TNA with his first. I can't believe that he didn't win TNA title the first time that he was in TNA, but now they get him champion, they seem to have something planned out here for Immortal and stuff. I don't know how long it's going to last. I know it's going to be here for probably at least January. Don't look for Hardy to lose this title. I know that it has special referee Mr. Anderson's probably going to be my guess, but don't look for Hardy to lose it. Something will come up, someone will do something. At the end of the day, Jeff Hardy should still be your TNA World Championship, which brings me to this point, which is, a lot of people, this TNA, a lot of people diss Jeff Hardy because of the trouble he got into last year after his WWE contract ran up, and his WWE contract ran up. WWE did not fire him. They tried to sign him. Hardy would not sign back. So, a lot of people don't like him because of drug stuff. But let's look into this, man. You can't tell me since Jeff Hardy's been wrestling that he ain't been a drug. I mean, come on, look at him. And not that I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't have a problem with if I like someone. I don't care what they do in their personal life. And y'all, as wrestling fans and everything else, should be the same. You should wake up and realize that professional wrestlers should not be role models. See, that's where WWE kind of pisses me off at. Because they point towards kids and stuff to do all this, and then someone gets in trouble, and then it's like, oh no,